ever wondered what goes on beyond the gates? What happens in the private lives of the people behind the closed doors and shuttered windows? Who they are? What good and evil is in the minds and souls of these shadow figures? The visitor sees behind those windows and doors and gates. On this occasion, the visitor has turned sleuth. We find him walking toward an impressive suburban mansion bathed in bright moonlight. The man he is following is a cook by profession with a reputation for great skill. And in a moment, we shall have the good fortune to see him on the job. But the visitor is hardly interested in putting the finger on this crook in the usual sense. He is on a much tougher assignment. He is after a secret buried in this man's mind, a secret that could reveal what makes him tick.
$3:00.
Don't worry about Charlie. He'll be here soon.
Yeah, leave it to No Rap.
No rap?
No Rap Charlie. That's the moniker the boys tagged him with.
Oh. What happens when he gets caught? You're gonna change it to 1 rap? And when he gets caught again, 2 rap, 3 rap, 4 rap, and finally, life imprisonment, Charlie?
Now, what's eating you? Ain't you got no confidence?
It's only natural for Mary to be nervous. I'll bet she don't worry like that about her old uncle.
I certainly do. It's time you changed, got into a legitimate business or something. I'm sick of cooking dinner at 3:00 in the morning.
Why, Mary, baby, it doesn't make any difference what time you cook dinner. We just happen to be on a different time schedule, that's all. There's plenty respectable people keep the same hours we do. Night watchmen, actors, disc jockeys.
I'm sick of it. It's time you retired.
Oh, I would if I could. Maybe if your boyfriend would join us, we could pull a couple of big hauls.
He ain't got no call being such a lone wolf. It ain't sociable.
I don't want him to join up with you. I don't want him to join up with anybody. I want him to get a job.
She don't realize what she's saying.
I most certainly do realize. A little hard work never hurt anybody.
It killed my old lady.
Uncle Edgar, what kind of a life is this for you? All for me.
Now, Mary, baby, I know it isn't much of a life for you, but I'm not cut out for this legitimate stuff. A man has to make a living the way he knows how. Now, when your folks died and I took you in, I thought
I know,
maybe
Uncle Edgar, you've been wonderful. I'm not blaming you.
I done the best I could.
Of course you did. But you just don't realize how hard it is for a woman. Now, that time that you got sent up on that stretch, I was only a kid, but I remember.
Mary, I'm sorry for that. Believe me, if I could have avoided that, I would. But you don't have to worry about Charlie none. He's too smart to get caught.
There's always a first time. Nobody's ever that smart.
Nah, not with Charlie. It'll be different when you two are married.
We're not going to be married. I want to have some security. I want a decent home. I want to raise babies.
Well, what's the matter? If you got a baby, you have to be up all night anyway. It's ideal for our racket.
I knew a guy had a great gimmick with babies. Used to take his kid and pretend that...
Oh.
What I say now?
Will you watch yourself, Snipe? Mary's touchy about babies.
Dames are unreasonable.
What did I tell you? You don't have to worry about no rap Charlie.
Hi, folks. Sorry to keep you waiting.
What kept you so long, Charlie?
I was entertaining.
A girl?
A cop. Well, nothing to worry about, just a social visit. I talked my way out of it.
I thought you never took chances. I thought you always cased the joint.
I admit I got a little careless. Comes from working too many apartments. In a private house, you gotta watch your step.
You see how smart he is?
Hey. What's wrong, baby?
It only takes one mistake, Charlie.
Here. Look what I brought you. Well, go on, take it, baby. Only don't wear it in public.
Thanks. I got a trunk load of jewelry I can't wear in public. Also, 3 mink coats hanging in my closet. Oh, you got no idea what a feeling of luxury that gives a woman. 3 mink coats she can never wear.
Let's get into her.
I'm sick and tired of this life.
Huh?
You gotta make a choice, Charlie. Your profession or me.
I don't get it.
I want you to go straight, Charlie. I want you to get a job.
Where does she get these ideas?
Not for me.
You're subversive.
It's up to you, Charlie, if you want us to get hitched.
I'll tell you what. I'll make a deal with you. If I ever get caught, if I'm ever convicted of any rap, I'll quit the racket. I promise, I'll go straight. How's that?
After you're in jail, what good will that do?
Mary, baby, I'll retire before I get caught. But even if I do, it'll be a light sentence. First offense. I never carry a gun.
You promise you'll retire after that? For sure?
Why not? I won't be no Rap Charlie anymore.
Well, I guess that's as good a promise as I can expect.
Atta girl. Now, how about sealing it with a kiss, huh?
Oh, later. My pot roast is burning.
You're a good driver, Bill. Almost as good as I am.
Yeah, you're not bad at that. Say, tell me something. What are you hanging around here for?
I like cars. I don't mind giving you a hand.
Cut the baloney. You've been watching that house for a week. What's your racket?
Racket?
Bet you 2 bits I could tag you.
You're on.
You have private eye hired by some jealous husband.
Here's your quarter.
I never miss.
You sure don't, Bill.
Say, who is it? Who you tailing?
Professional secret.
Park my car for me, attendant. I'm in a hurry.
Mr. Maynard, as soon as I move that other car.
You shouldn't allow cars to be parked in the driveway. And snap it up. My apartment keys are on the ring.
I'll take it for you, Bill. Here you are, Mr. Maynard.
Well, you certainly took your own sweet time about it.
Well, I didn't want to scratch it up, sir, the way some garage men do.
You're telling me.
How do you like that bum? Didn't even give me a tip.
Charlie, are you sure those documents were important?
Is the atom bomb important?
Well, if them documents were so top secret, how did this monkey lay his hands on them?
That ain't my problem.
Well, if you ask me, I don't think any of it's your problem.
I wish I could believe that. That would make everything very simple.
Maybe he works for the government. Maybe he's got a right to have them.
Not this guy.
How do you know?
I know.
You know what, Batesman? Here's a guy that's rich. He's got everything he wants. What would he want to go and do a thing like that for?
There's all kinds of nuts in the world. This guy's the most dangerous kind. Now, some of these nuts commit murder. This guy ain't happy unless he knocks out a whole country.
Including himself?
Oh, you're forgetting these. He could have figured to take it on the lam.
Charlie, you gotta go to the FBI.
And go to jail?
You could call them on the phone.
Oh, they'd never believe me. They'd put me down as a crackpot.
You gotta make them believe you.
It's no good, Mary. Once I let the feds in on this, I'm cooked. Now, this could be the hottest ice you ever saw.
So what? You can peddle it anyway. Just means the price goes down a little.
It means I get caught.
Oh, not you, Charlie. You're too smart for that. You'll find a way out.
There is no way out.
Charlie, what are you gonna do?
What do you think I'm gonna do? Look, I'm not a crank. I gotta talk to the guy in charge. Huh? Yeah, just like I told you. Okay, I'll hang on.
Hello, Cavell speaking. Now, suppose you tell me the whole story right from the start.
I'll make it short and to the point. I found these documents labeled top secret in this apartment. And I got a hunch they had no right to be there.
All about the atom bomb?
Yeah, how did you know? What do you mean it always is? Now, look, mister, I'm not a nut. Yeah, just like I told you. In the library, a hidden door, yeah. Part of the oak paneling. He had some files in there and a lot of photography equipment.
Yeah, I'll be glad to take down the address. Paul Maynard, 885 Park. Sure, we check on everything. Just tell me one thing first. How did you happen to run across this? You're a what? Put a tracer on this call.
You'll read about it in the papers. I got plenty of ice, probably insured. What's my name? Muggsy, what do you think? Oh, of course it ain't my real name. It's the name of an old pal, now serving 20 years to life. I'm sentimental that way. Look, I gotta hang up now. There's no sense you trying to keep me on here. I'll check with you tomorrow. Yeah. And look, Mr. Cavell, don't try to trace this call. That ain't nice.
Keep this room kind of empty, don't you?
Well, I don't use it for anything except as a place to keep my eyes safe.
And a picture of George Washington.
Yes. Anything wrong in that?
No, not at all. It's quite patriotic. Just seems funny to use a picture of Washington to hide anything. He always told the truth, remember?
Yes, I'm well aware.
This mark on the wall here looks like it could have been made by a heavy filing case, a very heavy one.
Yes, I dare say.
Aren't you sure?
Well, I used to keep a lot of junk in this room until I had it cleaned out.
When?
I beg your pardon.
When did you have it cleaned out?
Several years ago. I don't remember exactly.
You ever interested in photography, Mr. Maynard?
What makes you ask that?
Well, this shelf looks like it's about right height for an enlarger, developing trays, and all that sort of stuff. This would make a peach of a dark room. I'm quite a photography boy myself.
Well, it used to be one of my hobbies. I've given it up.
Recently?
Well, no, some time ago. Several years, I should say.
It's very funny. We were checking some of the photographic supply houses this morning, And these bills show that you bought a lot of stuff as of last week, including microfilm.
It was a present to one of my nephews.
You've been buying it right along.
What are you driving at, Cavell?
He always told the truth, remember?
What are you calling me, a liar?
You're the one who said that.
Now, look here, Mr. FBI man. I don't know what your game is, but you're barking up the wrong tree. Unless you have evidence that warrants further investigation, I suggest that you get out.
I'll get out.
And don't barge in here again. After all, remember, I have certain constitutional rights.
I saw the marks of the stuff he removed. I know Maynard's lying. But that doesn't exactly come under the head of evidence, and Maynard knows it.
So what's next?
Not sure. Actually, Muggsy, my friend, all you've succeeded in doing is to put Maynard on his guard.
Don't call me Muggsy. You know that ain't my real name.
I once knew a guy named Muggsy. I'm sentimental, too.
Quit ribbing me. So you figure I'm a washout, huh? All I did was spoil things.
No, well, it wasn't your fault.
Well, I'm a little smarter than you think, Cavell. I figured this might happen. So I swiped one of them top-secret papers.
You what?
You heard me.
Did you show it to anybody? Did you tell anyone about it?
I wouldn't even tell my own mother.
Fine, fine. Now, bring it over here. Or, send it by messenger.
So he can identify me? You must really think I'm stupid. I'll mail it to you.
Okay, okay. No, wait a minute. Now, listen. Now, listen carefully. I don't want you to mail it to me. I want you to keep it.
Huh?
I want you to keep the original. I want you to mail me a photostatic copy. You know someplace where you can have one made? I mean, sort of privately?
Yeah, I got a friend who... Well, he's a printer.
Well, get it done right away and mail it off. Check with me tomorrow at noon. You got it?
I got it.
So long, Muggsy.
Muggsy yourself.
I don't like this.
You got nothing on me.
Oh, what kind of a racket is this, anyway? Where'd you get a hold of these?
Look, do I ask you who makes your plates?
I don't want to do this.
What are you getting squeamish with me? You, a guy who prints money.
Yeah, but I don't print rubles.
Go ahead. For once in my life, I ain't doing anything wrong.
Oh, okay.
Am I in a mess?
What's the matter, Charlie?
Hey, you know something about evidence.
I ought to know. I was indicted 10 times.
Well, now look, here's the setup. Now, this thing here is important. More important than any of us figured. This guy Cavell makes out quite a case.
So send it to him. What are you waiting for?
Think you can get a price?
Oh, don't be a lunkhead. He don't want this paper.
Huh?
He don't want it without me. That's why I'm asking you. He says this don't mean a thing as evidence unless I come along to tell where I found it.
You got a point. Otherwise, anybody could send in a piece of paper and frame anybody else. You got to tie it in with an affidavit.
Yeah, but if I show up to testify, I got to take the rap for the burglary.
So forget it. What's the problem?
It ain't so easy.
What's going on? Is everybody here a candidate for the loony bin? You want Charlie should cut his own throat?
I guess maybe they do.
Look, Charlie, it's like you said. Some things are very important. More important than any of us in this room.
I'm getting out of here. You better come with me, Charlie.
Keep your shirt on.
She may be right. It's a tough choice.
Am I hearing things? No rap Charlie, huh? The kid without a weakness.
Get this through your thick skull, Snipes. Being patriotic ain't no weakness.
Not much it ain't. When you gotta go to the pen for it? Ah, come on, Charlie, act your age. You always was a lone wolf. What did anybody ever do for you?
It's up to you, Mary.
No, it ain't. It's up to you, Charlie.
Maybe you could make a deal.
Ah, the feds don't make deals. Anyway, this burglary rap ain't up to them. It's up to the state.
Look, Charlie, it's a first offense. You could give back the jewelry. Oh, Charlie, I'd wait for you.
Yeah?
What are you gonna do, Charlie?
Ain't it a laugh? No rap Charlie. The biggest sucker of the bunch. Why couldn't I keep my big mouth shut? Years I built up a rep as the smartest cookie in the box. Months I spent on this caper. Smartest job I ever pulled. But I was willing to retire. Why, we had enough to last us. What a job it was. Every detail worked out. My masterpiece. Every detail except one. Well, nobody could have expected it. It came right out of the blue, just like a bolt of lightning. I ain't gonna let it happen. I ain't gonna spoil everything.
What are you gonna do, Charlie?
What do you think?
Despite the fact that restitution has been made and the defendant has performed a great and meritorious service for his country, this court cannot condone the commission of a crime. Although the defendant has no previous record of arrest, the skill and ingenuity that went into the planning of this burglary show him to be a master of his trade. Young man, these words are not intended as praise. On the other hand, it would not serve the interests of justice to fail to recognize the mitigating circumstances in this case and the fact that the defendant was instrumental in securing the conviction of a far greater criminal than himself. I therefore impose the minimum sentence provided by law, 1 year and a day in the state penitentiary. Sentence suspended.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Charlie.
Charlie, you see this? It's our marriage license. And you made me a promise.
Oh, Mary.
No rap, Charlie. Fooey.
What a screwed up world this is. Well, if I'm gonna get caught out on something like this and lose my rep, I might as well give up the whole profession. Take up a new line. Your Honor.
Yes?
Would you do us a favor?
The visitor's pursuit of No Rap Charlie is over, and his secret has been revealed. The secret of what made him a persistent criminal. We don't know how he got started in this occupation, but once he had gained a reputation, he didn't know how to let go without losing self-respect. That is, until he found much more important objectives to surrender to. Things like love of country and, well, love.
Social Security includes 3 kinds of basic protection. Disability benefits if you are unable to work, retirement benefits for you and your wife, and survivor's benefits for your family if you die. Find out about your Social Security protection today.
Next week, once again, the visitor looks into the private lives and minds of the people beyond the gates. He finds out what good or evil exists. Come and join the visitor.